Good morning, everybody. Orange Jay here with another War of the Visions video. And there's a lot of people have opinions. That shouldn't come as any surprise. But there's a lot of people with a lot of ideas on how to make this game better, things that the company should do to improve the game, and sometimes those people have some good ideas. Some ideas are, pie in the sky, never gonna happen, but some are actually based, I think, in reality and would improve the game a little bit. So I'm going to talk about how I think the game should improve, how some people on Reddit in particular have talked about the game improving, and we're going to discuss some ways that maybe War of the Visions can grow to be a healthy game going into the future. And let's talk about those things right now. All right, now, a couple of things. One, thank you to everybody who submitted fighting videos on my Plays of the Week in the Discord. That's going to be like the B-roll stuff played in the background. So if you see yourself on there, yeah, that really is you. I'm just playing those videos in the background while I talk about the game. Also, the most important change that I think could have been made to the game has already been announced. That is the revamping and powering up of the older units. Like, that is so important to the health of this game. That's already coming, and I think it's great. However, there are other ways that this game could grow to stay healthy going into the future. And you know what? Like, I read Reddit a lot. I don't post on Reddit all the time, though. Like, sometimes Reddit goes down some rabbit holes that I don't particularly like to be down in. However, sometimes there are some really quality comments on Reddit, and I did find some specifically about this topic over the last few days. So I saved those, and I want to talk about them right here. First one up. This is a post that says 3 features I wish to see implemented in the future of this game. Number 1. Have post-war guild battle defense replays. This would be so awesome. It doesn't seem like it would be that hard of a thing to implement. Admittedly, I don't know coding, but this would make Guild Wars like that much more interactive. And for so many of us, this is already like one of our favorite features in the game. So having a way to watch how our defense performed against attacks, it would just add another layer of Guild Wars that would make it just a little bit thicker of content. And I think that would be great. The other ideas, have a leader skill buff on Guild Battle Slot 1. I don't think that idea is like feasible, really. It would change too many things. But the third idea from this post, Kingdom Align vision card buffs. I think this is really cool. Now, they used to do some things like having Finis Killer on some units or something like that, but having some buffs with some vision cards, like, hey, Leonish units get attack plus 20%, like, that would be cool. It would add some cool team building options, and since I run tournaments, and sometimes we run kingdom-based tournaments, it would add a little bit more variety to those things. And the game is getting big enough now that even the smaller kingdoms like Ovis are starting to show off a little bit more variety in their characters, so I think that's doable. Now, there was also some pretty quality comments in the comments section of this one. Raid auto repeat. That's that one on top there. I want to shout that one out. That would be so nice to not have to click go again on raid, especially, when you're in a multi-room or you're soloing the raid. Like, they made the raid soloable. They put the option in there for you to be able to solo the raids. So it would make sense that eventually you'd get the option to just auto-repeat solo the raids, and that'd be fine. I would actually really like that a lot. Then, on the bottom of that comment, it also says multiplayer repeat. Yeah, that would come right along with that, I think, and really encourage people to actually play the multiplayer a little bit more. Also, Eames says, save your favorite missions. You guys, I'll admit, there's some great missions to farm in this game. Like, missions where your calculators can, like, one-shot the whole map. Those are great for, like, farming materials, raising Esper residents, getting unit experience. I have the memory of a dead goat. Like, I can't remember anything, including what levels are good for Esper residence leveling. So I have to get on Discord with my tail between my legs and be like, hey guys, remember those levels that are so good for raising? Yeah, what are those again? And I have to look like an idiot. I would like to not look like an idiot. So being able to save levels would be freaking cool. Okay, so I think that's a reasonable addition. And then Eames also dropped some stuff that they've already said they're doing. Vision card hard quest favorites. Those are coming, so looking forward to that. And then Visior lock. This is a really good idea. Like, if you could save 50k Visior or something, and then be like, game, you need to warn me before I drop below 50K. Like it doesn't have to be like a hard lock, but at least a warning. Be like, hey, you're approaching your locked amount where it's 20K, 30K, whatever. It would help people not accidentally overspend their Visior, and I think that would be I think people would appreciate that feature a lot. And then, maybe the biggest one of the three that we're reading right now, at the bottom, no mock block, 24-hour mock Guild Wars. Oh my gosh, that would be so cool, especially for people who like, I don't know, make videos about the game and don't want to have to keep using their arena potions to keep testing out arena teams. I would love to be able to mock battle Guild Wars all the time. It's one of the best like parts of PvP in this game. Having access to it 24 hours a day would be phenomenal. Or even 22 hours a day. I don't know, just more than we have it now. That would be great. Okay, we got more though. This was a Reddit goldmine. Like there was 3 or 4 Reddit threads just popping off about these topics. Next up, this is a fairly long one. Suggestion for Gumi is the title. A lot of times when videos are titled like this, I stay the hell away from them. This one's pretty good. Okay, let's read it. I think there are some things in the game that were present since the beginning that could get revamped. And I was like, oh, okay, this is starting off reasonable. Let's see what they're talking about. The elemental shops. And immediately when I read this, my mind was like, yes, this person, whose name I can't say, a Texaria 0163. Man, a Texaria 0163. I said it so fast so I could say it wrong and get away with it. Is onto something here. Those elemental shops, and let me read a little more before I elaborate. The elemental shops. For those who forgot what that is, every day you can find 5 shards of each non-limited unit from the element of the day. Yeah, and back in the day, when the game was new, this was a core feature for leveling up units. Like, I remember being like, oh god, I'm working on Eileen, when's Earth Element Day so I can get my shards, and that was great. We only needed 600 shards to fully level up a unit. You didn't necessarily have to have them at level 99, like, believe it or not, people used to play with level 89 units all the time, so it made a little bit more sense. But I don't even pay attention to those shops anymore. And I think I'm not alone. I think other people also don't pay attention to those anymore. They feel like a bit of a relic from the past, and getting upgrades to them would be a good idea. So let's see what this guy's idea were. His suggestion, oh my god, my English is terrible. My suggestion is changing the amount of shards from 5 to 10, since we need 1,000 shards now to max out a unit. Absolutely. That's fine, and I don't see why they wouldn't do that. It's not like he's asking to change the Visior cost or anything like that, just saying give me access to more shards. I love it. Adding 5 shards of all vision cards that have master abilities corresponding to the element of the day. This would also be awesome, especially because, like, how else do we get vision card shards if it's off banner? You gotta do what, like the daily 1 vision card quest? Man, having these in the element shop would be great. Because it doesn't take as many shards to level a vision card as it does a unit. This, if you had access to like 5 or 10 of those once a week, it would really push you along. I think that'd be a good option. So, yeah, this was a really reasonable one I'd never thought of. So shout out to the name I will not try to say again for that great idea. Oh, but there's more. Okay, this is another really cool one. The Team Synergy buff feature. Again, another thing focusing around like fun PvP comps. Let's read this. Team Synergy is nothing new. A lot of games have this feature. Team build that doesn't rely on elements could open up a lot of doors for fun team builds and prevent elemental meta domination, such as 3 units with some relationship or some sort of get a big buff. For example, Final Fantasy X for Yuna, Titus, and Orin. No, don't buff Yuna. This is a great idea till Yuna got a buff. Anyway, let's continue. Anyway, what they're saying is like featured team buffs, right? Like, oh, everybody's from Leonis, so you get a buff. You know how in like MMOs when you have gear sets, and if you complete the gear set, your unit gets a buff? Same sort of thing for Team Synergy. So like if you used, oh my god, if you used Black Rose Helena, King Mont, and Stern, oh my god, that would be OP. But, you know, you could balance it out around that. And I do think this is a really good idea. Now, there was a comment on there from Schmitty who said elemental synergy wasn't a big thing until the first anniversary. And that's true. Elemental synergy used to, like, nobody cared. And then they added those vision card buffs and it really brought it forward. So, to keep the game fresh, they'll likely introduce new systems to the game that affects team building at the second anniversary. So, I think Schmitty's onto something here. And while the like OP's post was a really good idea, I do think that eventually we will probably get something like this, and maybe sooner than later would be good. I'm still not worn out on the elemental mastery buffs yet, and like all the elemental stuff. I'm still enjoying the heck out of making mono element teams, but I certainly wouldn't mind a little more diversity. Would never hurt the game at all. I'm gonna add my own here. Let's just go back to like the game. I'm going to add my own idea, and this would be one that I would like a whole lot, and maybe me and like my community on my Discord more than anywhere else. I would love to be able to make friendly matches and implement rules like what class match has. Like put a cost limit on there. Have a checkbox that's like no UR vision cards or no UR espers or something like that. That would be so awesome, and it would really change what the community would have access to do if we could implement rules to PvP ourselves. I think that would be really fun, and so that would be the next thing I would ask for. And you know, I do have a feeling that people from the company do watch my videos and do read the Reddit and so forth, so I'm gonna try and bring some ideas to light right here. I don't do these videos very much, but these were good ideas. I wanted to shout them out. So yo, if you were on this video, thank you for posting those ideas on Reddit. And you know what, guys, if you have any ideas yourself, put them in the comments. I read every comment. I used to respond to every comment, and now I have 10 times more comments than that. Good problem to have. I still read them all. And if you have some good ideas, maybe I'll feature those ideas in the next video like this. So let me know. And thanks for watching. Have a great day, everybody. Peace.